Bernhard Gander, you're now in Helsinki because of your work Dirty Angel, and it will be performed by the Helsinki Philharmonic on 2 concerts this week. What sort of an event is it for you as a composer to be present when your work is performed?
It's always the highlight of my working life, because for a piece like this I'm working 5 or 6 months in my silent working space, and then when you come with the score, when the orchestra is rehearsing it and when they are rehearsing it with you, it's always an incredible pleasure, because you hear what you have been written and what you have been always just imaging. And so now the work becomes reality.
Mm-hmm. And especially the first time the premieres must be like, is it scary to hear that?
It's incredibly scary. And I'm not able to sleep the night before. And not only with big pieces, also if I make a small solo piece, I'm also very excited to hear it the first time. And it's very funny because when you write a piece, I can make the clear writing in the computer and I can simulate the piece very good, but it's totally different when you see and hear a living musician playing the piece. This is also always very exciting.
Do you often try to be present when your especially larger works are performed?
As much as possible. And I'm very happy that I'm invited to come here to Helsinki and to be part of the rehearsals and of the concert. This is the highlight.
It's also wonderful also for the orchestra and for the conductor to have for once the composer, and just the conductor can just turn around and ask, okay, what do you mean? What do you mean with this, which is not the case with Beethoven? Or
Yes, this is great because you cannot write everything in the score. Even if you make just a normal scale, there is a discussion, how should I play this scale? And every composer has a different image or different wishes how a scale or a chord should be played.
Contemporary works, they sort of they stuck with conductors. If they like them, then they take them to new orchestras.
Yes.
and they have a life that way through the conductor.
That's true, and it's a very happy coincidence that Susanna is traveling with the piece. She's now performing the piece with a 3rd different orchestra, and it's very interesting because every orchestra sounds different. They have a different kind of progress and a different attitude towards new music, and it's always very different.
What sort of place has tradition in your work? Like, you have studied as a classical composition, and that's to some extent your background maybe, but the great German tradition, do you have any connection to it? How do you feel?
My tradition is not so classical because my parents, they didn't listen to classical music. They listened to folk music and dance music. So this is really my home. So it's not classical music. I had to study classical music, and I'm still not the biggest fan of classical music. Of course, I love Beethoven, Stravinsky, but I don't like a lot of classical composers. So
now it's public.
Yes, my heart lies more in dance music and especially rock and heavy metal music. So these are the genres of music where I feel at home.
Okay. About the folk music and pop music, in Dirty Angel, the soloists or the solo instruments, accordion and flugelhorn, they are very much, I think, associated with Unterhaltungsmusik.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Especially when you hear an accordion, it's automatically associated with it. And also some kind of rhythms or gestures, they are driven from free jazz or dance music, techno music.
What themes and subjects inspire you at the moment?
In the last 10 years, I was writing a lot of pieces dealing with dying and death and blood. Maybe this is because this is the topic of death metal and black metal, and I'm always discovering, and I'm listening to tons of music in this genre, and yeah, this is the main topic. And I think it's also, as a human being, it's necessary to deal with these topics.
Finally, it will come anyway. What about publicity as a composer? I heard a promotion person from a sheet music publisher say just some time ago that the composition of 21st century is the composition itself plus the personality of the composer. That's what she thought. Does this ring any bell in you?
Yes, that's
It was
true.
not your publisher, I can say.
No, because 20 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, my wish was to write good pieces, and it's not necessary that the audience knows me, or that they know my thoughts or my appearance, just the work itself. But then I discovered, when I'm going to a concert, I like to see the composer, and to tell some stories about the piece, because it gives a help to listen to the piece or to understand the piece. Not always necessary, because it should be a piece living by itself, but if you get some hints or helps, it makes the piece more richer. And also I'm a very social person, I think. I'm not some kind of person who would like to live in silence and in the woods. I like to talk with the audience, with the musicians. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and it's so great that you can be in the concerts this week. And please enjoy your time in Helsinki.
Thanks very much.
Welcome back soon, and thank you for this interview.
Thank you for the
Thanks.
possibility to talk. Thank you.